congratulations, you actually won by far. Second up got half of what you got, so that was really amazing. You definitely have one of the highest scores that anyone's ever gotten.
Alright, welcome back. We are here on Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. We have Natasha, and she's going to tell us a little bit about some of the activities that she does and some of the things you can do here on the ship.
A lot of crew members from all over the world. So what we're doing right now is the Great Search for Nations. It is a huge scavenger hunt that goes throughout the entire week. We have more than 1,000 crew members that represent more than 60 countries. So this is a lot of fun for us and for the guests. We love meeting everyone. We love meeting, telling our stories. We love hearing the stories from the guests.
If you want to hear more of the activities that Natasha talks about, please stay tuned after the credits. But for now, let's focus on the Great Search for Nations scavenger hunt and how we were able to earn double the amount of points that any of our other competitors received. As you can see here from our well-worn Great Search for Nations scavenger hunt form, the first side has some of the main countries which the cruise line employees are from, and on the back side you can see that this area is reserved for the countries with 1 to 3 representatives on board. Then you have officers and management, cruise division leaders, and cruise director staff. So all of which give you a certain number of points. And since we knew we were going to find representatives from the countries listed on the front throughout our entire cruise, we decided to focus on the back, with the realization, of course, that we would bump into people we could talk to from all of these nations throughout the cruise. Our first bit of advice, of course, is to politely interact with as many crew members as possible. Notice on the front of this form they have a note to the players stating that this shouldn't be played just for a prize, and also that players should not disturb crew members whenever they are performing essential duties or helping other guests. Keep in mind that the cruise director staff are some of the ones you're going to be able to get signatures from throughout the week because they're the ones leading different events. In this case, Natasha was the one who told us about the Great Scavenger Hunt for Nations, and she was able to sign off right away. Both our cruise director Elvis and Barbie were available at the Veterans event, as well as most of the dance parties and other major events. Elvis was also there before and after all of the main shows. They also helped with some of the game shows, so they were readily available for signatures for this. One place we were able to collect a lot of signatures is the children's department. My daughter, who's turning in a scavenger hunt for the teens here, was able to get a signature from her director. My son was able to get some signatures in his department as well, one of which was the oceans director. So especially if you have children, keep that in mind. Even if you don't, you can ask at the front desk. Usually there are some people from various nations inside of that department and others as well. We were able to obtain a number of signatures through talking to guest service and also through our favorite coffee restaurant. Sometimes our favorite cashiers who knew that we were taking part in the scavenger hunt would direct us towards people they knew who worked inside of the stores and would help us get some of those signatures that we still needed. Keep in mind as you walk up and down the halls to look for people with jackets on, because these are a lot of the officers. It wasn't either of these two, but one of the officers pointed us in the direction of an event that was happening, which allowed us to get about 5 or 6 officers' signatures, including the captain's, which we were told gave us some bonus points towards our final score. One tip that somebody gave us early on during this contest, and we were very thankful for, was that aside from doing your regular shopping and walking on the promenade, one of the best places to get signatures is actually when you go to dinner. We were able to collect quite a few signatures from the dining staff at the ship's restaurant, and then also we were able to collect several signatures from the buffet as well. Our waiter was definitely super helpful in the ship's restaurant and in the buffet. Some of the people who were working the tables and things along those lines were more than happy to point us to their friends who represented other nations. Some of the staff from the Wave Rider working behind the counter, and also some of the staff for the sports department were also from some of the hard to find countries, so that was a plus. Another one of the people that we had to track down for our scavenger hunt was Ice Captain Morgan, and so after going to the ice skating show a few times to try to get her signature and also to enjoy the show, We got some great pictures, but also somebody tipped us off that you can actually find her during the open skate time. And on just a side note here, I wanted to point out that if you do intend to see this show, keep in mind that it is a little bit interactive because this character right here, along with some others, jump out into the audience sometimes. It definitely surprised us our first go around. When we found out that we could get Morgan's signature through the open skate, my family and I signed up and they went skating while I filmed some footage. When we caught up with her, she was super nice and she was even able to give us some extra information for the channel, so look for that in our shorts and in future videos. If you can find a time that's convenient for the band, talking to them can usually get you a few signatures. Zach, the music director, was somebody who we were able to find during one of his appearances, but by far the person who was hardest to track down was the dance captain. She did have plenty of events, but we were unable to make a lot of them. We did find out that she is at a lot of the art events as well, so that was a plus, because we definitely enjoyed looking at some of the Thomas Kincaid and some of the other artist work that was available on this cruise. One more strategy that we employed was going to every single department we could find, because we found out during the course of this scavenger hunt that there were some departments that you had to go to in order to get certain countries, and if you didn't go there, then you would not find anyone from that country. When we were getting on and off the ship, we also came across crew members who could sign as well, because we got stuck standing in one spot for a long time, and these crew members were definitely more than happy to help us with our quest. Our scavenger hunt form was very marked up, because I definitely recommend writing down next to the country you're looking for the department that person works in if you can't find anybody conveniently. And then also notice that there are a lot of names that are written on the outside. They said that if you found someone who was from a country not listed, you could have them write it on the outside for more points. This was by far my favorite activity on this cruise, and my family enjoyed it as well. Hope you've had some fun here with us. And I want to give a special thanks to Natasha, who was the host for this competition.
And this is actually also one of the records. It's one of the best total scores. We usually do not get anyone who gets more than 1,000, but this team got more than 1,000, way more than 1,000, and it is Team Tourist Travels. There we go. So they got 1,216. He's representing his team. He has the shirt on as well. Tourist Travels. Well done. That is amazing. You got so many signatures, especially the really, really, really hard ones. Your paper looks amazing. This is what it's supposed to look like. Yes, and I hope you keep it as a souvenir.
Thanks again for watching. Please check out my books at www.amazon.com/author/David H. Troyer. Check out our Patreon page, www.patreon.com/TroyersTravels. Check us out on all of our other social media websites. Have a great day. Remember that Jesus loves you, and we hope to see you on our travels.
Hello everyone, I'm Natasha, I'm a cruise director staff. I'm all the way from South Africa, but we have a lot going on today. It's actually a sea day, so we have our compass right over here, and as you can see, so this is actually my division, which is entertainment. We have a lot of things happening in the spa, music, but right here is the entertainment, and as you can see, it is a list full of game shows, full of trivias happening. We do a lot of different trivias, we have game shows, we have belly flop today, which is on the pool side, so we have things happening inside of the ship, outside of the ship. We'll be doing line dances today, the huge 70s party where all of us will dance together. It's going to be great fun to host and have fun with the guests today.
Thank you for telling us about the things that are going on the ship.
Yes, thank you so much. I hope you have a great time.